welcome back to the show. Now, 5 musicians transcend boundaries of nation, culture and musical genre as they play their own jazz-based tunes to a diverse audience. Let's take you to this jazzy night.
It was a night to remember for music lovers as 5 top jazz musicians were brought down to our city to perform on a single stage. The concert, Unit Asia Jazz Concert 2010, is organized by the Consulate General of Japan at Chennai, the Japan Foundation and ABKAOTS Dosokai.
It will be great if they, this show can, spread jazz in, around the world. But, their mission is to show the potential of jazz. I mean, Asian jazz. So even Asian artists can perform a great jazz music.
It has always been hard to define jazz and give it a definite meaning. But it's the kind of music that grows on you with time. It was also the love for this musical genre that brought these musicians from Japan, Thailand and Malaysia together.
Jazz is actually just a way of playing music. It doesn't mean that it's just like one type. Actually, jazz is so flexible that it can just incorporate any types of music, from classical to rock to pop to ethnic music even. So there are actually some jazz musicians that actually incorporate Indian music, like Carnatic music, into their style of jazz. So I think jazz is pretty much we can play anything.
The members of this 5-piece jazz band know little English, but their music is more than enough to communicate everything they need to.
Our members are great musicians, so every time something happening, jazz is also happening. So very excited every day.
After performing in Cairo and Bangkok, Chennai is the first pit stop for the band, which is now headed to Kolkata for their second and last performance in India. This event is aimed at introducing Japanese culture to India and to also promote mutual understanding and friendship between the two nations.
Chennai is very well known all over the place. December is your musical festival. So Chennai is a place known for music lovers. That's maybe one of the reasons why Chennai has been picked up. And second, Chennai is one place every year the consulate conducts the Japanese Cultural Week in the month of March. So in the Japan Foundation calendar or in their own map, the Japanese consulate in Chennai, and we have been existing as 2 cultural promoting organizations. So we are into Chennai.
The involvement and love for music was explicit as the auditorium saw the audience swaying to the music and applauding all through. All in all, it was one night that no jazz lover should have missed.
Now, from all that jazz, we move on to some art. Let's welcome Nagpur into Chennai. Let's step into Forum Art Gallery, a space that Shalini Biswajit ensures is happening all the year through. 10 artists from the Nagpur school have put together life-size paintings on the exploration of relationships, both human and animal. Bordering on the surreal, these multi-hued canvases has everyone mesmerized at our country's diversity. Now, art has many forms, many strains and many influences, and Shalini, you're curating a show from the north, and that's a rather big change for South Indian art. Shalini, what is probably that biggest paradigm shift for artists and for art from the north as compared to the south?
It's for the first time that Forum is showcasing artists from Nagpur, and they are most of them faculty members from the Nagpur Art University. From what I see from the collection that we have on view here is there is a lot of figurative element in the works, and exploring the relationships between human beings and animals. There are exceptions to the rule. We do have an artist here who's done completely works, in abstract colors, but the trend has been figurative and very bright use of colors, almost impressionist, and it's quite different from the kind of art that we see down here from the south.
This exhibition is a refreshing change for artists and art lovers alike. A well-known name and our very own Chennai artist, A.V. Ilango, said he was impressed at the level of diversity and the global outlook that North Indian artists have. Art for artists in the South is all about their work. It's all about looking at what their work is and looking in detail about it. But when art from different parts of the world, and especially from our own country, from the northern part comes in, it's more like a breath of fresh air, right, Mr. Lango?
Yes.
How do you as an artist feel about this piece of work or these different displays coming into the city?
See, it's a fantastic, it's a nice relief for us visually, because generally upcoming North Indian artists are not shown in the city, especially in the south. So seeing these works, it gives a sort of different sensibility for us, and it expands the interactive expression of the artist.
Inspiration, I think, comes from day-to-day life, and rather kind of rely on religion or mythology to kind of guide you. There is a lot of internalizing and spiritualism in the works, yes, but then it's, I think, very rooted to the moment and to today, and the contemporary representation is what I think is so different.
I found the paintings very unusual and was struck by the vivacious use of rich colors. Now I'd say to you, check it out. Here's something Shalini Biswajit told me. She's taking her newfound love for North Indian art further by learning Hindi. Now moving on from art in the gallery to art in the kitchen. See what my colleague Kali is doing with a group of very interesting women cooking up a storm. But that's just after the break. Time to mix it, stir it and bake it with some helping hands.